Welcome to Sarah Talk Solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning into a bit of a different type of show. My goal, or our goal on this show, is to shine the light on American open wounds, showcase those urgently attempting to stop the bleeding, and hopefully inspire some folks to undercover opportunities to do the same. Hi, I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The best digital radio station in the nation. You can drop me an email at theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio every Friday 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email at theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio every Friday 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, I have a great show which is in store with you. We're going to address an important month, which is Black History Month, which is a big calendar month in the USA, where it is specifically and dedicated to African Americans and their cultures and their specialties. It is a big month for them, where they do all sorts of, celebrations. They go into their culture, their understanding, what it's like to be living in the US as an African American. They have got some great, they just have this amazing, outlook and just forward thinking on just like when it comes to art, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to sports, when they are actually dedicated and committed, everyone, and which it is, all eyes on them. They are and I love this expression that I hear, and I hear it all over in the US, Black excellence. I can't emphasize it enough. When I hear that just kind of makes my soul just want to jump for joy, because I love the strength, and I just love the fact that it just, not only it's close to my heart, but it's just, there's just an amazing way of just like, I'm here, like a staunch presence about it. And every time I hear that word or I hear it, I always stop. It stops me in my tracks. I pay attention and I see what's going on, or what's around me, or what's, why is this, an important time? But it just has this amazing strength that just comes with it. And I love it every time I hear that special and amazing phrase, Black excellence. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, we got a great month, or this special show, but for this month, it is specifically for Black History Month. So I've got lots of, it's going to be a great show where I want to share all about the ins and the outs of this great nation with this great culture of people. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, I have an amazing show which I'm going to specifically dedicate to Black History Month. What has like made and make me just like want to know more about this specific month. It just has so much strength, where, you know, it's the month where people specifically come together with, you know, Stronger Together, I Am Magic, Afro Future, Power to Inspire, Unity. It just has this amazing just strength that comes with it. What prompted me, where I was like, you know, I don't know what everyone's carrier, like mobile carrier. Mine is with T-Mobile. And every Tuesday they have these amazing, great incentives where, you know, they give you treats, or, you know, just being a good customer, or just being with, you know, that particular phone provider. I went this morning and they just had this, you know, I'll just go like every Tuesday, which I do, which is a free notebook. So they saying, you know, head to T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile store to pick up your free notebook, inspired by T-Mobile's belief that we are stronger together. The notebook is a bonus, and sticker sheet features original artworks honoring Black History Month by Sabrina Cahill. So about this artist, Sabrina Cahill is in Maryland based. She's an African artist and illustrator. As a Black non-binary artist, Sabrina takes pride in creating work that helps others feel seen and inspired. So you can follow her on her Instagram, which is Sabrina Khalid. Ooh, I'm going to spell this out to you because I'm having a hard time, you know, pronouncing it, let alone you know, which I will spell it out. So her Instagram, which is spelt Sabrina, Sabrina, and the last name, which is Khadija. So you can follow her on her Instagram. And, you know, what is like, I have her little, you know, free notebook, which I absolutely love. You know, they have these beautiful, like, it's a beautiful notepad where you can, you know, write away, because I'm a big journal writer, which I am really loving. And it has this amazing sticker book in it as well, or, you know, free stickers, which is, you know, it's really cute. So you can go ahead and just, you know, obviously follow her on Instagram. If you're a T-Mobile like not provider, but if you're a T-Mobile, that's your server, or that's your carrier, by all means, you know, today is T-Mobile Tuesday, where you can go pick up a free notebook, which is amazing. I really like this notebook, and this artist, she is just amazing. You know, she's Maryland based. She's an American artist, illustrator. As a Black non-binary artist, Sabrina takes pride in creating work that helps others feel seen and inspired through the avid exploration of shape, color, nature, and human spirit that seeks to create art and sparks joy through its meaningful and impactful ways. As I said, I have a few books of these, and I'm going to share it with one of my actor friends, where I'm excited to share this, I'm excited to give her one, because I really like this book. It's nice and colorful. It is bright. It has an amazing message to it. It is a great way to start, you know, the month, you know, being Black History, or Black, which it is, Black History Month. So it's just amazing that, you know, they were giving, or they had actually had these free notebooks. So I'm just really excited, and it has actually, it has actually made me, you know, better understand, and given me like be able to reflect, or not reflect, you know what I mean, or just kind of like, what is Black History Month? What is this all about? Guys, you can drop me an email, the blog sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, you can also jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. That's my IG account. Guys, we have a great show, so stay tuned, and I have more to share. And you're listening to Miss Sarah B, the one and only. To Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, I'm telling you, I have picked up this amazing notebook that I was able to pick it up from T-Mobile. This lady, this wonderful artist, her name is Sabrina, and her Instagram, which you want to follow her, and by all means, her Insta is Sabrina, which is spelled Sabrena, and then the last name, which is spelled Khadija. By all means, follow her. She has this amazing free notebook that she has provided, and it's all in the T-Mobile stores. By all means, go ahead and pick one up, because I have a few copies of mine and I'm loving it. Listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, by all means, I have an amazing show that I am excited to talk about, and I love to share, because I have been on a great spiel or a good vibe today, which it is Taco Tuesday here in the USA. But I just started off picking up a free notebook which has inspired me, where it is all about Black History Month. I am excited to share this, and stay tuned, because I have plenty more to discuss and share. Listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. We're talking and I'm discussing, it is the amazing month, which is Black History Month. And I am excited to discuss where I picked up an amazing, free notebook from T-Mobile, which I am just like really, really excited to share and to discuss, because it's just like, wow, like where did this come from? Like the artwork, the illustration, it is just amazing. And I love this when I pick up something that really inspires me. Let's go and having a great, great show. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This month is all about Black History Month. It's an annual observance originating in the United States, which is known as the African American History Month. It has received officially recognition from governments in the United States and Canada, and more recently have been observed in Ireland and United Kingdom. So that's great. So it's, February 1st to March 1st, 2024. So, it's for a month. So the significance is to remember the important people and events in the history of African diasporas. So observance for 54 years. So that's a long time. So it's also called the African American History Month. So observed by the United States, Canada, Ireland, and United Kingdom, which is great. I'm loving this. So Black History Month 2024 begins, which is February 1st, and it goes to March 1st. So let's go into a little bit deeper. So what is the Black History Month and why is it celebrated? That's a great question, because a lot of people are always wanting to know, what is this Black History Month? Like, I hear about it, I heard about it. As I said, I'm new to the country, so I didn't realize, which they do, they specifically have a whole month for the Black History Month. So we're about to devour and we're about to go into deeper conversation to understand, so we all understand, everyone gets it, everyone knows, and it's going to be an amazing show. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. We're talking about Black History Month, and I am going to go into deeper because especially myself, because I'm new to the country, what is all about the Black History Month. It's very specific, where it is letting us understand what it's all about and how we can actually come together and celebrate this as a nation. So, Black History Month, it's all in February. So, what is the Black History Month and why is it celebrated? So this is an amazing and great question, because I'm hearing it all over, the ads, the commercials, driving around. I picked up a free notebook from T-Mobile, which is specifically for Black History Month. When I was given the notebook, my face just lit up, and the lady, she saw me, I was excited, and she was excited. So I'm about to explain, what is Black History Month and why is it celebrated. So Black History Month was created to focus attention on contributions of African Americans to the United States. It honors Black people from all periods of the U.S. history, from the enslaved people first brought over from Africa in the early 17th century to African Americans living in the United States today. So that is great. So I'm glad they actually break this down, because this is an important month. You know what I mean? Like, they have a special month that is dedicated to them, and I'm loving this because this is just like a month old, or a month of celebrations of being Black History, or Black History Month, which is just amazing. And I love it, and I'm excited for them. And I'm glad that they do this specifically for them, so they can actually share and just educate the people of the world. You're listening to Sarah B. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, it is Black History Month, and we are going to specifically talk about it because I'm excited and I like to inform, and I would like to just, go into deeper and better understanding, because this is an important month for everyone.
Feel the cold, cold air, I'm shaking. Anything you touch, can't help but break it. When I sleep, I dream about all the times I looked you deep in the eyes and saw.
You're listening to Sarah B. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, this is Black History Month, and we are going to, get into deeper topics of discussion, which it is important for everyone to understand what is this all about, because unfortunately, people out there still don't understand what the real reason behind it are. So they've chosen February. Why was February chosen for Black History Month? It is commonly said that Woodson selected February to encompass the birthdays of two great Americans who played a predominant role in shaping Black history, namely Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, whose birthday are the 12th and the 14th, respectively. Wow, that's 12th of February? That's actually my mother's birthday as well. Okay, whoa, and whoa. That is a little too close to home. So that's probably why I am really just in awe of this Black History Month. Wow, this is just amazing. This is, so the reason why it was chosen, the encompass of the birthdays of the two great Americans. And my mother, but my mother's not American. My mother's Egyptian. She was born in Egypt. So, but then, hey, that's an African, Egypt's in Africa. So that's just, woo! I am just taken back by it all. So I'm just trying to digress. I'm trying to understand it, but it's just like, this is why it is close to home. And I'm proud, and this is going to really just make me understand this about the Black History Month. Amazing, amazing, and amazing. Woohoo!
A villa up on the hill, summer's quiet and still. Our kids by the creek, playing hide and go seek. We ended up in a maze, chasing down our own taste. Not far of defeat was when you had to cheat. It's Under cold, cold water dripping, I cannot forget the part that's missing. When I sleep, I dream about all the times I looked you deep in the eyes and saw a villa on the hill. Summer's quiet and still. Our kids by the creek playing hide and go seek.
You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, the blog, sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, it is Black History Month, and I'm excited to share this amazing month all about the Black History Month. There is so much out there that we don't really understand, or I am just putting it out there, and I want everyone to understand this. We understand that it's specifically for the month of February. We understand that it was because of two birthdays of the great Americans, which are Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Here's those birthdays, which is in February. Why was February chosen for Black Month? So it's who started who started the Black History Month, which was back in 1976. Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson was a scholar whose dedication to celebrate the historic contributions of Black people led to establishments of Black History Month, marked every February since 1976. So Carter G. Woodson is the founder, or he's the one who actually started it all, which, back in 1976. What happened February 2nd or February 2 in Black history? So in 1904, so there was a nun, which is Sister Constance Murphy, was born on this date, 1955. In August 1955, at the age of 20, Raven Wilkinson became the first African American woman to receive a contract to dance full-time with a major ballet company. Okay, so that's big news. That's something where this is something that is in the history and something in the making, where everyone, and this is allowing people to just be able to dance. So this was back in back in August of 1955 at the age of 20. That's pretty, it's not that old, but it's still whoa. Okay, never mind. So it's Black History Month. We're here to discuss and celebrate, and let's go.
Ended up in a maze, chasing down our own taste. My final defeat was when you had to cheat.
You're listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblog, sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblog, sarahtalks.com. You can drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host.
Let the sunlight on me, shining over me.
You're listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, being Black History Month, what are the 5 Black History facts? So the Black History Month trivia. So let's just have a little trivia. Let's have a little fun. Let's, brainstorm and just have a conversation of, some, trivial facts as such. So, Black History Month trivia. William Tucker, son of the indenture servants from the Great Britain, was the first recorded African child to be born in the colonies in 1624. Vermont was the first colony to ban slavery in 1777. In the 1770s, a Quaker named Anthony Bassett created the first school for African American children. So these are just some, fun 5 facts about Black History Month. And I'm loving this because I'm learning and I'm educating, yourself and educating me, which I'm loving this because there's a lot of things that we don't talk about and we don't discuss. And this is great. So, the Black History Month trivia. So, William Tucker, son of the indenture servants from Great Britain, was first recorded African child to be born in the colonies in 1624. 2. Vermont was the first colony to ban slavery in 1777. 3. In the 1770s, a Quaker named Anthony Bassett created a first school for African American children. 4. Between 1810 and 1850, an estimated 100,000 slaves used the Underground Railroads to escape to the north. 5. William Wells Brown novel, Colel, or The President's Daughter, is the first written by the African American to be published in 1860 or 1853. So all this Black History Month trivia, which is just amazing to discuss and to understand. And I'm loving this because it's just, adding fuel to my fire, and it's just exciting to share and to educate myself, and I'm educating it to the world.
The sunlight lighting all over me.
You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, it is Black History Month, and I am sharing and I'm discussing, and we're going through the amazing trivia where it's just, educating myself and I'm educating the world. So we're saying Haiti McDaniel became the first Black person to win an Oscar for supporting role in Gone with the Wind in 1940. Sidney Poitier was the first Black man to win 24 years later for his leading role, Lilies of the Field. In number 7, in 1864, Rebecca Lee Crumpler graduated from New England Female Medical College as the first Black woman to receive a medical degree in the USA. 8. Baseball legend Jackie Robinson had an older brother, Matthew Mack Robinson, who broke the Olympic record in 1936 in the 200-meter dash. However, he took it home with the silver medal because he finished behind Jesse Owens. 9. Before becoming a professional musician, Chuck Berry studied to become a hairdresser, and his degree was cosmetology. So these are just amazing facts about Black History Month. I'm excited. I'm glad that we're discussing this. You guys just stay tuned because I have plenty more to share. You're listening to Sarah B Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. You can drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Black History Month. I have plenty to talk about and plenty to share. And I'm loving this because I am learning that we are discussing about the trivia of the Black History Month, which I'm excited to share. So we got here number 10, which is Nat King Cole, which everyone knows. Nat King Cole was the first African American to host a TV show when the Nat King Cole show debuted on NBC in 1956. Number 11, in 1973, Stevie Wonder was the first black artist to win a Grammy for an Album of the Year for Introversions. 12, founded in 1984, the Bill Pickett Radio celebrates black cowboys and cowgirls and only touring African American radio in the world. The theme song, number 13, the theme song to a public television popular children's program, Reading Rainbow, is sung by Chaka Khan. Number 14, the oldest living Buffalo soldier, Sergeant Mark Matthews, died at the age of 111 in 2005 and buried in Arlington National Cemetery. Number 15, Gabby Douglas became the first black gymnast to win the individual all-round in 2012 London Olympics. Well done, and this is proud month of Black History Month for 2024. To Sarah Talk Solutions. You've tuned into an amazing show which is all about Black History Month. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. Can drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. Guys, you can find all my details as well on my socials, which is my IG account, where I am, where I'm on it 24/7 pretty much. I'm trying to stay off it, but I'm not. So it's Aussie_Sarah_LA. It's all about Black History Month. I'm here to actually, discuss and to share everyone all about this amazing special month of Black History Month.
Let the sunlight on me, shining all over me. Let the sunlight light it all over me. Let the sunlight
You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblog@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You can listen to me every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can also jump on my socials, Aussie_Sarah_LA, where I give you tips and tricks and what is going on around this big city of LA, where there's a lot happening 24/7 to, when I say 24/7, it's like double 24/7, because there's so much going on in this city. It is so stimulating for me because I just can't keep up. It's like I'm a hamster on a wheel. But this is what LA is about. You've got to keep up with it, or unfortunately you'll get left behind.
Shining all over me, let the sunlight lighting all over me. Let the sunlight on me, shining all over me. Let the sunlight lighting all over me. Let the sunlight on me, shining over.
You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. This is Black History Month. You can drop me an email because I love to hear what you're up to. What are your plans for this month? My email address, which is theblog@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, best digital radio station in the nation. You can also find me on my socials, Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, this is an important month. I am specifically dedicating it where, the history, the behind, the trivia. I would love to share, a few ways to celebrate Black History Month at your work. So when you're planning Black History Month activities, there's some best practices to keep in mind. Don't single anyone out. Make sure it's a company-wide effort. Don't limit your learning to February. It's up to HR, company leaders, to set the standard of how to encourage the inclusion of all employees and eliminate bias, conscious and unconscious, in the workspace. Your diversity and inclusion efforts to make the work environment a better place while encouraging ideas and feedbacks between employees and leadership with collaboration and engagement. So every February, we celebrate the contributions, achievements, histories, or culture of African Americans as part of the Black History Month. Originally, and week-long celebrations planned to correlate with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, which is February 12th and 14th, which was known as the Negro History Week, grew over to time into today's Black History Month. So, why is Black History Month important in the workplace? That's a great question. Talking about race can complicate you and hesitate to celebrate Black History Month at work for fear getting it wrong. By downplaying our differences doesn't make them go away. It's up to HR and company leaders to set the standards of how to encourage the inclusion of all employees and eliminate bias, conscious and unconscious, in the workplace. So when you're planning a Black History Month activities, there's some best practices to keep in mind. So don't single anyone out. You can't assume someone wants to get involved in your planning process simply because of your ethnic background. Make sure it's a company-wide effort. Encourage everyone to participate. It shouldn't be encumbered by Black employees to organize everything. And don't limit your learning to February. Schedule events and activities throughout the year that honors different backgrounds and cultures. So this is Black History Month, and this is just an amazing way to just specifically dedicate this month to this culture. You're listening to Sarah Solution Talks. Guys, you can drop me an email, theblog.saratalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, as I'm discussing, it is Black History Month. I'm excited to share, and I have specifically, put on a show for everyone, for us to understand and actually to educate. Being, Black History Month activities, diversity and inclusion should be considered and incorporated into the workplace year-round. Use February and Black Month or Black History as a starting point for creating a calendar that celebrates the cultural diverse workforce. Here are some ideas to get started. So, support Black-owned businesses and artists. So that's great. I love that. Plan a workshop. That's a great another one. Donate your time and or your money. Show commitment. That's great. Visit local landmarks. This is great. So at the end of the day, your diversion and inclusion efforts to make the work environment a better place while encouraging ideas and feedbacks between employees and leadership, which help with the calibration and engagement. Your employee should feel safe to talk about ideas, experiences, and culture backgrounds. This is an amazing, great Black History Month. I'm so glad that I am putting and discussing this on my show, because it's just fueling me, and it's just exciting because there is so much out there that we need to understand and we need to come together. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblog@saratalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. By all means, I have daily activities, reels, about industry, about, what I'm doing, what I'm up to, and I'm happy to share and discuss it with the world.
That will bring me back.
You're listening to Sarah B. Sarah Solution Talks. You can drop me an email, theblog@saratalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Sarah B, and I'm your host. Guys, you can also find me on my socials or my IG, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. I am happy to, discuss all about Black History Month, which is specifically February of every year, which is just amazing, which I have a better understanding what it's all about. I'm proud that I'm actually in this city and getting to understand these people and what they're about. Please, we need to come together. We have feelings, we have dreams, we have, ideas. We just need to just have a better understanding that all thoughts, all emotions, it's all validated. You know what I mean? We're all here together. We are here to understand, to get to know each other better. We all have, many things that's happened to us, but at the same time, we just need to listen and just take time to understand each other. And this is what this is all about. Me doing these podcasts or doing these weekly shows, because I have so much that I love to share and discuss and, understand and break down, and just to be able to converse, because there's no right way and there's no wrong way. As long as we're not hurting anyone, as long as we're not harming anyone, we come together because we all need to come to terms and just be able to understand on a better level. Listening to Sarah Solution Talks. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the best digital radio station in the nation. You can also jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, we are wrapping up this amazing show with the Black History Month. I am so proud, and I'm glad that I'm able to dedicate it. I want people to understand. I want everyone, come together and just to share and engage and be able to, come to an understanding. That's all I'm asking. Not asking for much, guys. Guys, just stay hungry, stay, positive, stay focused. Stay on that, on the hustle, stay on the grind, just keep making and just keep producing great things no matter what industry, what field you're in. So, you're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, we're going to jump topics now. It has been raining cats and dogs out here in crazy La La Land, and it doesn't seem to be coming or, stopping anytime soon. And I'm seriously looking into actually getting gumboots, or we call them wellies where I'm from. So I don't know if any of you guys, like gumboots. Do you have a pair of gumboots? I'm all about these gumboots, which I'm looking at them because it just seems to be, they can be very fashionable, and I'm loving this because I'm just sitting back going, okay, it's just, it has its own style and has its own, brand and colors. And I'm just like going, oh, I might need to go get some myself, like get a few pairs, and I'm thinking, should I get the bright reds? There's lots of colors, there's lots of designs. I don't know, has anyone in your your family or friends, have a pair of gumboots? It's like gum rubber boots. Why are they called Wellington boots in America? Well, we call them wellies. Okay, why do people wear gum boots? Why are they called gum boots? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm looking at why do they call Wellington boots in America? No, that's actually you've got me on that one, because I'm like, that's usually an Aussie or New Zealand or a British. But hey, I don't know. I'm just kind of taken back. But I used to have a pair of gumboots and I absolutely adored them. Gumboots are not just limited to use in rainy season, but have much wider access than you think. Apart from using in rainy season, these gumboots or rubber boots can be used through muddy roads, streams, shallow ponds, and many places that normal shoes will not keep your feet safe and dry. So in saying that, I might have to go out and buy a pair, because I'm liking this, and it's been raining and I've been out there and my shoes are all wet, and I'm just like soaking out all my socks and waiting for my shoes to dry. So why they're called gum boots? Interesting. So they're saying that the name started way back with the Egyptian word kamel, wow, which began kumi in Greek, which began gummy in Latin, which is beget gum in English. Wow. So gum boots it is. Okay, I'm just trying to, process this. I didn't realize, it started back in Egypt. That's where my parents are from. But yeah, anyway, I'm just, as I said, I'm learning. And the sheer fact that these gum boots might be my next purchase, because this rain doesn't seem to stop. And I need to keep my toes or my tootsies dry, because it's just a little too hard, which I can't seem to do.
Oh, you got an idea for a business?
You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, you can follow me on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. It is wet out there and it is cold out there. Guys, I need you to stay warm. I need you to stay, safe, because between cold weather and rainy, like this is heavy rainy weather, it is a killer. And the sheer fact that I'm out there, we still have to, go to work, we have to school, we have to study, we have to do errands. It doesn't stop. We need to continue to do this because it's important, and we need to come together, rain, sunshine or rain, all that good stuff. We need to just be able to come where, as you know, February is a busy and a heavy month when it's a cold. We're in the thick of, winter now, where it is just not happy and not good weather. But guys, that's why we must come together and understand that, we are people that we need to just engage and just understand, just have a talk. You can drop me an email, theblock@sarahtalks.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9163. You can drop me an email, drop me a text. You can drop me a message, a DM on my Insta, which is Aussie_Sarah_. You can listen to me every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Guys, I'm here as always. By all means, I love to hear what you're up to. How is your, month traveling? You know, what are your thoughts? How are you dealing and coping with the wet weather? What have you got in store or planned being Black History Month? By all means, drop me an email. Stay tuned, stay plugged, and stay positive. Thank you guys, and have an awesome week. Let's go, guys. Woohoo! And you're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions.
Ever thought about starting your own podcast?
Do you have a business or a message you want to share with the world?
Well, now it's easier than ever with Electricast. Hi, I'm Mark Netter.
And I'm Peter Rafelson. We're the founders of Electricast Media.
Whether you want to start a new podcast or already have one, join Electricast to grow your audience, monetize your content, and build your community.
With our simple sign-up, you get free promotion, world-class analytics, premium ads, and personal support.
Go to electricast.com and join our community today.
Electricast. Transform your influence.
Electricast. Have you ever wondered what actually happens in Congress every day? Stay informed on Capitol Hill's daily happenings with a concise, factual summary of the Senate and House of Representatives' activities from the previous session, free from bias, on the Congressional Record Daily Digest podcast. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform and discover the process from the heart of U.S. politics. The Congressional Record Daily Digest, an Electricast production. Electricast.